A lot of first-time buyers hear the word escrow during a real estate transaction, and for many people, it sounds confusing. So let's break it down in simple terms. Escrow is a neutral third party that helps manage the transaction between the buyer and seller. Think of escrow as the middleman that helps make sure everything is completed correctly before the home officially changes ownership. When a buyer and seller agree on a purchase contract, escrow is typically opened. At that point, escrow begins collecting documents, funds, and information needed to close the transaction. One of escrow's main jobs is holding money safely. For example, when a buyer deposits their earnest money deposit, escrow holds those funds according to the terms of the contract. Escrow doesn't work for just the buyer, and escrow doesn't work for just the seller. Their role is to follow the instructions agreed to by both parties. Another important responsibility is coordinating with everyone involved in the transaction. This may include the buyer, seller, real estate agents, lender, title company, and other parties involved in the closing process. Escrow helps make sure all required documents are signed and completed before closing. Now let's talk about what happens during escrow. The buyer may complete inspections. The lender works on the loan approval. The title company reviews ownership records, and both parties work through any remaining items required before closing. Once all conditions are satisfied, escrow prepares for closing. This is when final documents are signed and funds are transferred according to the transaction instructions. After everything is completed, ownership of the property is officially transferred to the buyer. Now here's a common misconception. Many people think escrow is just one meeting where papers get signed. But escrow is actually an entire process that happens between contract acceptance and closing day. The length of escrow can vary depending on the transaction. Some escrows close quickly. Others may take longer depending on financing, inspections, negotiations, or other factors. Another question buyers often ask is whether escrow costs money. The answer is yes. Escrow services are typically part of the closing costs associated with buying or selling a home. The exact amount varies depending on the transaction. The bottom line is this: escrow helps protect both buyers and sellers by making sure money, documents, and instructions are handled properly before ownership changes hands. It's one of the most important parts of the home buying process. If you'd like help navigating escrow and buying a home in Los Angeles County, you can text or call me at 562-484-8138 or reach out on Instagram at Bryan Marota.